Why does this get so dark as soon as I start? It doesn't matter. A cat's trying to dig its way out here. I'm on the porch, lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Glancing over at what is Venus, or allegedly Venus, in the western sky. It was so bright. It's been sort of, I'm having one. Sorry, I'm just going to, after hours, I'm going to do this. Delightful. It has really been catching my eye lately, ladies and gentlemen. Venus. Now it looks a little dull, but I do a double take now when I come out here because it is so damn bright. And then I looked over and the moon looks suspicious. Everything looks weird to me lately, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think it's just because of the situation? No, things have looked a little strange to me for a few years now. I thought, I have new loungers, and I talk funny, I've noticed. And I, believe it or not, I don't know how I got new loungers, but it went from 1.03 to 1.04. I really don't even look at it anymore, I promise. But I couldn't help but glance at one point, and I noticed that, wow, what's the deal? So perhaps I should just tell you all details about my life. Don't worry, I'm really not going to go that far, I'm sure. All right, one moment. Un momento, por favor. You don't even know when I pause, but I always have to feel I have to say, one moment. And I'm going to continue to say it, so one moment. I put it out because Mother would be appalled. I'm going to just do a little series of sort of Lisa Houserman 101. Oh my God. I am really weirder tonight than usual. Well, I just want to let you know how I've arrived where I have today. And I'm not even really sure where I am. As you know, as some of you know, I'm fully prepared to entertain the possibility that I might not really be sitting here. I could be a brain in a jar on a shelf on someone's mantle somewhere in this vast universe. Yeah, but even if I am, I have to kind of get on with the day as though I am here. Does that make any sense? Okay. Yeah, really some catalysts for me were, I'm going to do this slowly too. It's not going to be all in one video, so don't clutch pearls. I know we have attention spans where half the people have already signed off. That's another thing. You're going to have to start looking at the whole video. I swear, I haven't even started with the main thing, and I'm already saying that's another thing. I could come on here and say, I have devastating news. I had my leg amputated today. A piece of farm equipment got away from me, and and yeah, my leg's gone, and blah, blah, blah. And somebody would drop in and say, and not just a bot either. You know those bots. Oh, great video, good content. You should get more views and all this crap. People, actual people who I kind of know, will drop in and say, oh, hi, Lisa, how are you today? As I'm, pulling myself along with my elbows. But I managed to get my cell phone out, of course, because we're all addicted to the cell phones. Gonna have to face it, you're addicted to cells. Okay, yeah, where was I going to go with this? Yeah, it's just crazy. If you can't stand a 10-minute video, then I don't know what to tell you. You've been, it's working. Whatever they do is working on you. They, the famous they. I can't take they, and I started to question they quite a while ago. I've always been a little bit skeptical of things, ladies and gentlemen, but what really happened for me was back so long ago, 5 years, when I was in the hideous, ridiculous political paradigm, I came out of a certain area where I thought I was kind of libertarian, and I am libertarian in certain ways, so don't clutch pearls, but definitely not economically. I'm not anything because really I feel that things have been hidden from us, and the world would be totally different if they were unveiled for us all to see. Like free energy technology and real health and stuff like that. So therefore, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Economics, it doesn't, in my perfect world, that wouldn't matter because we'd all be singing Kumbaya and using the stuff that has been hidden and suppressed for, years and years and years. And that's not just some sort of weird conspiracy. You can look into it if you so desire. Okay, so 5 years ago I was in this political paradigm, having left libertarianism for the most part. And so I found out about Bernie Sanders, and I didn't know different things. Like I didn't realize that the United States was the only industrialized country or whatever, modern nation that didn't offer health care to their citizens. But now I'm really not into the Western medicine healthcare model. Okay, I'm just going to talk as if I'm going to tell you the story like how I felt then, because you already know how I feel now. So, get it? I didn't know a lot of things, and he brought some stuff to light for me. And I've never been, big on wars or any of that jazz. During that same time period, or maybe a little bit ahead of that, I found out the truth about our dear sweet friends over there in the midst of things. In the Middle East, ladies and gentlemen, the only democracy, supposedly, starts with an I, ends in a Rahel. Yeah. I found out the true story about that by way of a gentleman named Miko Peled. I've held up his book before for you. And then another catalyst during the 2015 time period would have been, what would it have been? Or was it 2016? It doesn't matter. That Dakota Access Pipeline sitch. So I wasn't like esoteric or into anything deep then or whatever. This was just the first layer of what was happening. Although I don't want to drift back too much, but I knew about the, assassination in Dallas in November of 1963, that was all BS the way it was presented to us, and some other things, including the other one that took place in the fall of 2001. Okay. Well, let me just gather my thoughts. So this Dakota Access Pipeline thing really made me sick. I remember it was Thanksgiving of whatever year. And I didn't even want to, Thanksgiving isn't what we've been told it is either. Nothing is what we've been told. I've discovered that now. But then I was just learning stuff where it was, the world was opening up to me, I guess you'd say. And a friend, like on Facebook only, I didn't know her in real life, but she was pretty radical, I guess. She said, Lisa, that's just like a little microcosm, is that the right word? A little snippet, a little section of how it is all over the world in terms of the water police, and I think that's what they called them. They were really suppressing the protectors of the water and dressed in a militaristic style and using water cannons and all that horrible stuff that happened out there. And I was horrified, and she made a lot of sense to me, so she kind of planted a seed. And then I realized, the true nature of certain things, let's say. So at that time, I decided, look, if I've been wrong about, especially the is hell situation, what else have I been wrong about, which I have mentioned before recently. And so I started to really just question all kinds of jazz. And that's when I looked into, for example, that's what I said, I'm going to keep it at the top layer here, into like Oliver Stone's The Untold History of the United States, and what else? Like the documentaries about the USS Liberty. That, like, one was done by the BBC in the early 90s. It was just wild. I had no idea any of this jazz went on at all. I mean, we didn't learn about it in school, of course. And we were just taught a different history and all this jazz. So that's what I started to do. And then this election came along of 2016, and of course I knew what really happened in the primary, and I knew that of course Russia had nothing to do with any damn thing, and mind you, they still go on about it as if it did. See, this is why I don't trust history, because right now, to this day, people are bloviating like talking heads on TV, paid prostitutes, I think they call them, and correspondents, I kind of like that, about, yes, when Russia threatened our democracy or whatever. What? First of all, we don't have a democracy. Second of all, no, it didn't happen. Don't take my word for it. Look into it. So whenever that happened, and like Bernie Sanders didn't object, didn't admit to being robbed and all this jazz, and I kind of started to get suspicious of him. And eventually I came out of that altogether because I just think it is a giant sideshow. But what I wanted to do, I'm just going to make this 10 minutes. Oh, dear. What I wanted to do is, rather than just call people names or point at them and laugh if they said something that I found to be weird, I thought, why not look into why do people feel this way? Like, why do people support a certain candidate, for example, or, what is it? Why did certain things happen? Not just about politics, but in general. So that's what I started to do, and I still do to this day. Rather than just hearing something that sounds really weird, and there's a lot of stuff that sounds really weird, and I'm not saying I even accept everything that sounds really weird, so just hold that thought. But rather than just claim, oh my God, that's ridiculous, that can't be true because it sounds so funny, I thought, why don't I look into this and see why do people think the way they do? And so that's the beginning of the journey and the end of this video. Part 1 of Lisa's journey. My God, if you're still with me now, you deserve a medal and maybe a chest to pin it on. I remember that saying from school. All right, I'm done. I keep looking up at Venus. It's just, she's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire of pure desire or something. I don't know. Whatever. The moon's weird too. We've been over this. Okay. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. And thank you to new people and old. Join me, join others. Drop your political identities. Oh my God, please, I'm begging you. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. And remember, war is a racket. I forgot one thing in my journey. I left religion in like 2010, I think. So that started me opening up to different things. And, I do feel a connection and stuff like that. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in an organized religion, but I do feel that it's so cliched to say a spiritual thing. Something strange is going on with Venus over there. But I guess that's the only way I can explain it. That I don't, pick a particular dogma, so to speak, but I do feel a connection with the universe and with people and with you and all that jazz. So whatever you want to call that, that's fine. I live for you, and I keep looking suspiciously at Venus. It's coming to get me. It's coming to get me, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, 11 minutes, 31 seconds. Let's see if I'll upload this damn thing. Yes, I said damn. It's after hours. I'm going to swear. Hell, damn. Bye.